Welcome to part 7 of this episode with Michael, Mr. Sunshine Janzen. Wow. Okay, so this is absolutely crazy. You know, and
It's still 2023, right?
It's still 2023. He does have his bedroom picked out. He has not decided on the paint colors yet. We're waiting to hear from TPG Paint and Master Hands Paint and Stains to see what they come up with as a game plan on that. But he did at least get his room picked out.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive into.
I think it's going to be lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just glad it's close to the kitchen, right?
Oh,
like
well, everybody needs snacky snacks.
But just know, I sleep in the buff, so don't be freaked out if you see a naked man in your kitchen.
I hate to say it, I do too. So let's not pass in the night.
Right. We'll ring a bell. Ding. It means to stay away.
Yeah, definitely. Do you proactively monitor my system's performance after installation and notify me if there are any issues?
No. So you have your monitoring app that you can have on your phone or on the computer, and it's up to you to keep an eye on it. We can't.
I've seen clients lied to that the companies say they do and nobody does.
Yeah, it's not like security systems where something's getting triggered and it's causing a reaction.
Now this one's kind of cool. Can I add more panels modules later?
So you can if you have microinverters. Well, you actually can now with any system. It's just you can't expand an existing system that has a single inverter.
Okay.
You can add, but we can add an additional system to it.
Oh, okay.
That is tied in the
sense.
same manner. So you'll have two different systems. If you have monitoring both, you'll have two separate monitoring applications, but we can do that. If it's an N-phase, if it's a microinverter setup, they're like Legos. We can just stack them up like this wall. We can just add more.
Right. Next one's hilarious for several reasons. Do you have local customer references?
Oh gosh. So
I love your response to this because this is how I feel about references in general. I think references are bullshit.
Yeah. Does it say stupid across the front of my hat or my forehead?
Yeah.
So I'd have to be an idiot to give you a bad reference.
Right.
So knowing this, why even ask? Because you're gonna get a good reference.
Well, exactly. Do you think that I put now, thankfully, in 15 years, I haven't had a lot of bad customer experiences, but that doesn't mean I haven't had some that hate me at the end. Because some people just don't get my personality. But do you think
I've got one. I got a couple of
Yeah, but do you think that I in any of my real estate books put those?
Right. Of course not.
No. It's all good. It's all yummy in the
references.
Tummy.
We've all been raised to ask for references, but nobody taught me this. I just went, why would I? It's just the dumbest thing to ask for because yet
the general public is always advised to ask for references. And I'm like, nah, it's just stupid.
And so I tell them that and they chuckle and go, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now getting multiple quotes.
Oh, no, that's different.
For especially for what we do, most guys think they don't want the homeowner to get multiple quotes. I encourage it. Whether I'm first one, last one, fifth one, whatever, I hope you get multiple quotes or get more quotes. Because the more quotes you get, the more it makes us look better.
Right.
We're just that confident in it. So,
can I take advantage of shared community aggregated solar?
Shared community aggregated solar. It's a very rare thing, co-op solar and stuff like that. And it depends on the community. It's usually something that's not controlled by an HOA and stuff. So it's rare, but the answer
is generally no.
Generally no.
Okay. Will the panel performance degrade over time?
Yeah, I mean, but it's slight. And what people don't realize is the panel degradation really isn't a very gradual thing. Mm-hmm. It's not like it tapers down over time. It stays flat and level almost the whole time, and then it starts to drop off. After 20, 25 years. And then it's minimal. I mean, it's less than 1.
Well, and people can improve performance just by cleaning the panels, and there's other things they can do. It's like, I know that has nothing to do with degradation.
No.
But can't they get
dirty panels?
They don't affect anymore?
You don't need to clean your panels. Don't waste
Really?
your money. Do not. No.
There's all these companies popping up about it.
I know.
So
It's opportunistic.
So if bird crap and all that gets on it, it doesn't matter?
Washes, it rains off.
Okay, so just let God do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll look, if you leave a car out for months, it looks like garbage, right? It looks terrible.
But then it rains.
And it still looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Even when it rains, right? The thing is, the photons are so small. It's like you and I standing out in the middle of a dry lake bed, having a race from one side to the other and running into a cactus.
So we're basically just cleaning panels for vanity's sake.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Because I don't want to waste money. Will my property taxes increase?
So the person that bought the system, if they have a new assessment done for whatever reason, the answer is no.
Okay.
Now, if it's considered to add value to the property,
right,
the next person that buys it, then yes.
That's normal real estate. Should I wait for the next technology?
No.
It's like I don't even think we know if and when that'll happen.
Let's say that we make panels that are this size. Right.
Well, or let's go even a step further. What Tesla's doing with, or was attempting to do with their built into the
roof tiles.
The roof tiles.
Yeah.
And they've had a lot of problems with the technology.
One day it'll be great, but there will be something still that's better and more cost effective that produces.
Yeah, I think that there's a possibility that they can improve the technology on the panels that are there. They may find that those roof tiles that, we've got them to work now, but they're still not as good as throwing the other panels up on your roof. I don't know. There's a lot of things to think about.
The thing with the improved technology argument is, because we hear it a lot, still it's usually older folks, honestly. I'm going to wait until it gets better.
Yeah.
You're looking at their smartphone, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at their flat screen TV and their microwave oven and their nice fancy refrigerator.
Right.
And why didn't you wait till the next round of technology came about for that? Well, I needed it. No, you don't need a TV, right? Who cares if this ends up being a quarter of the size that it is today, tomorrow, and you get the system that's available today, and they both produce the same thing? Who cares? It's on your roof. It's not taking up space. Right. It's not interfering with anything. And it only goes up in value. It produces a consumable commodity that gets more expensive with time. So it's not like an older system devalues. Solar electric systems appreciate. That's something that I don't have in this guide that I realized after I had written it. It produces a consumable commodity that gets more expensive with time. It must appreciate. There's no way to see it otherwise.
I think that
so long as it's producing.
Your hardest battle with that's going to be the real estate industry. I told you there was a post the other day and just beating up solar like crazy, and like 99% of the people beating up solar. But I could also tell by the comments.
I love those fights.
You would have loved it, but it's a realtor only thing, and so. I keep telling my wife, I said, I don't know why I don't leave this group because it's 99% idiots.
Josh Trevelyan put on the event, right? The other day or other week.
Yep.
And all realtors. And, I got up and spoke. I was amazed at how many people approached me afterwards. I've got a meeting this afternoon with one of them. Yeah. I've been having meetings and phone calls and stuff because they're finally, we're at the beginning of overcoming those old perceptions. And
we are. And that's what I wanted to bring up is that over time, you just have a battle. But over time, it's going to be...
I'm up for it, man.
I know you are.
I love a good fight.
I know you are. How can this affect my home's value? I think we both know that for owned, it's going to increase your value.
Yeah.
For leased, zero.
It's zero.
And
you don't own it.
This is one question I can definitely answer for you because I've talked to enough appraisers and they all have the same opinion. There is no increased value for leased. In fact, they'll pull and show sometimes where it's worse because the leased system. Whereas owned, they're always going to give you something if it's owned. And it may not be dollar for dollar, but it's going to be something.
It used to be zero.
It did used to be zero, but I had one recently that gave me 10 grand.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's the more people understand, the better it will get.
Yep.
And so it's, my work is not done.
It's not, and I'll continue to make the argument that agents need to be NAR Green certified. The National Association of Realtors needs to do a better job of getting agents to where they're taking the right classes, they're educating them and being a benefit to the consumer rather than these stupid continued education classes that give zero value whatsoever. I don't need to once again
satisfy the requirement.
I don't need to once again learn that an acre is 43,560 square feet. I learned that.
I did not know that. 43,563?
43,560.
I'm gonna have to remember that just because I like stupid information.
It is stupid information, but it's like I don't need to relearn it for 15 years. It's like, give me something new that will help the consumer out there, because I think that I should always be to where I'm levels above the consumer, not right there with them going, I didn't know that.
Right. I know. It's
like, and that's why I got NAR Green certified, because I'm like, you know what? I owe it to the people out there that are using my service to be educated on this better. I need to know the different panels. I need to know the difference between micro inverters and, the regular stupid inverters. And I need to know all this stuff. And
and I mean, you don't need to know it at the expert level.
Correct. But I need to know the overall glossed over of it.
Right.
So I can speak intelligibly and not come across as just another uneducated buffoon of 90,000 agents out there.
Spouting off what the agent next to you said.
Right.
That he heard from the,
it's like, why did we lose 35,000 agents in 1 year? Well, because they were not educated on how to do this business.
Yeah.
They should never have been allowed to get a license, period. Just like you're dealing with with 500 and some solar companies out there. There's a lot of them that they ought to be lynched in the public square.
We've built the framework for the Solar Genius Academy, and it's not a solar sales academy. There's a ton of those stupid things out there. It's one to help educate people to become professionals and have those professionals educate consumers.
Yep.
So
we have a few more questions, and I'm not going to cut to part 7. We're going to power through.
Right on.
It's just going to be a longer episode. Did they explain if they're a solar-only company, or do they also provide ways to reduce energy consumption through energy-efficient solutions? I love the fact that Mr. Sunshine Solar can do this.
It's, even if they don't offer it, it should be part of the discussion. Anything you do energy efficiency-wise is going to actually minimize the amount of solar you need to purchase.
Well, because the reality is what you turned yourself into is you're not an or company, you're an and. So you're going, hey, you need a roof? I've got a power partner that can take care of the roof. You need AC? I got a power partner that I trust for AC. You've already done the homework for people of here's other companies that I'm going to side by side. We're going to put the whole system together for you so you're fully taken care of.
And it's funny because those are of all the things that I recommend, because I recommend hybrid water heaters, smart programmable thermostats, certain types of insulation applications, window treatments in windows and other things like that I don't offer. We don't offer them.
Right.
But we still recommend them knowing that it's going to minimize our sale, but it's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do, because if you look at my house, the two things I did first, knowing that they had to be taken care of, was windows, because my windows were the builder crap from 2000, which is all junk.
Right.
Where you can't even, the windows don't even hold up anymore. You lift them up and they just slam right back down. And they were all fogged and all that. So I had windows put in. The other thing is that I had AC units that were 21 years old. How do I know what I need power wise if I'm running 20-year-old plus AC units? I need to take care of the basics and then add in and have the appropriate system.
So we help figure that out. So even if you've got air conditioners that are maybe 12, 13 years old, they're not going to be, maybe around another 5 years.
Right.
And it might be premature. We can figure that out, and we actually will design the system around your future requirements, the long-term requirements.
Right.
It's just better to do it that way. And again, I don't know of any other company.
Well, it is. And you've talked about how you don't want to overbuild your system. And that was my biggest concern, is not overbuilding the system. So I decided to go do those items first before I even looked at solar. Because I also need to know, well, realistically, what is my bill before solar? Yeah. If I'm a fully, completely efficient home with variable speed AC units and the most badass windows on the planet, what am I? What is my house like? Let's see. Do you already have or plan on getting an electric vehicle? Can you charge it when the sun isn't shining?
Yeah. So, it's now a consideration. That's in the 2023 version of this where electric cars have become a very real thing and are going to be even more so. We need to have an understanding of if that's something that they see in the foreseeable future, next handful of years, whatever. Do we need to accommodate that for that?
Right.
Which type of charger, because you can do the slower chargers or the really rapid, more expensive ones. And then, can you charge it during non-daylight hours? We actually get asked that a lot. And the answer is yes. You just plug it in like you normally do. You're drawing off the grid. Right. But if we design the system right to overproduce enough energy during the day to help pay for that consumption at nighttime, we're gold.
Right. Okay. The next one you talk about talking with the CPA about the tax incentive. That's just smart business anyway, is just to do that. We don't really need to go into that too much. Your last one. Has any other solar company besides Mr. Sunshine Solar provided you with anything like this upfront to safeguard you against getting burned? We're guessing probably not. It just gets better from here.
I'm not even guessing. I'm going to say the answer is no. No other company. Because again, this guide actually makes it more difficult for us. It makes it more difficult for the sales rep. But what it does is it makes the playing field, it makes it fair for the consumer. It levels, levels that playing field to where they have a fighting chance not to get what I call a bad solar burn.
Well, this exposes the bad companies. So if they actually provided this, they'd be screwed.
Yeah, it's just a tool. It's 16 pages, and hell, it's not even all 16 pages of questions, but it does exactly that. It vets out the bad guys and the ones, not even the bad guys, just the ones that don't know what they need to know to serve you properly. It's I say it again, it's one of the most expensive things you may ever buy. You'd better get it right.
Right.
This enables you. It's just simply the first step in the process, but it's the biggest step.
Right.
So yeah, I appreciate you, taking the time to go through all this with me, man. It's something that we've been talking about doing for weeks. My team, about making videos and stuff. And
well, the reality is you can literally just take all this. You're going to get copies of all this, and now it's done for you. You don't have to worry about it. So it's my pleasure to help you out and educate my listeners as well.
No, I really appreciate you having me on, man. We had a lot of fun, a lot of chuckles, and I look forward to more because, I've got my show, and I'm going to need to have you on it. And I don't think we'll need to go through 7 episodes, but we'll talk about some of the things that, homeowners need to know and understand and when dealing with the sale of their home, the purchase of a home, with or without this, and even just general stuff. My show is everything under the sun. So we're going to talk about more than just the topic at hand.
I know. I've got an origin story as well, and I may have been in a band as well.
What?
Yep. We'll have to save that for your podcast.
Cool.
See what I did there? That's a teaser, people. All right. So if you like this show, please like, share, comment, leave a review, feedback. It all helps the show grow. Hit the swag shop up, because who doesn't need Dad's Rule swag and another kick-ass shirt? Well, you do. That's who needs it. dadsruleswag.com for that. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.
Rock on.